We'll open the Board of Health meeting for today, Tuesday, November 12th, 2024, 4 p.m. Held in the second floor hearing room at the Hanson Town Hall, 542 Liberty Street, Hanson, Mass. This meeting is being recorded on audio. So in attendance, Kevin Perkins in person, Peter Butler is absent, and we have Arlene Diaz present, called in on audio. Arlene, could you just...
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, Arlene's present. Okay. So we have first item, approved Board of Health minutes, October 15th, 2024. Arlene, did you review those?
Yep, I did. And I will motion to accept the minutes.
Okay, I'll second that. All in favor? Aye.
Yes.
Okay. All right, second item on the agenda, we have some septic plans. We'll do 370 Elm Street first, from McSweeney Engineering.
Thank you. My name is Terry McSweeney. I'm a registered sanitarian with McSweeney Associates, here representing the owner of the property. We're proposing a Title V upgrade for the pre-existing 4-bedroom dwelling. It's a fairly standard system, except we're proposing to use a geomat system instead of for the soil absorption system. As I said before, it's pre-existing 4-bedroom dwelling. We're looking for one variance for the property, for the plan, and that's to allow the use of the sieve analysis in place of the perk test data. The plan was developed in compliance with Mass DEP policy for the use of sieve analysis for sizing leaching fields. As I say, it's pretty straightforward. I'd be happy to answer any questions anyone might have.
The only thing, there was two comments, and I think you addressed those. You showed breakout elevation, I think, on the plan, and yes. Then you just delineated the zone 2 area of the property. I think you showed that it was, I think it's out of the zone 2.
It's outside the zone 2, yeah.
Yeah, so those were addressed on the plan. I don't have any questions. Arlene, do you have any questions on 370 Elm Street?
No.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we accept plans for 370 Elm Street.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve 370 Elm Street by Arlene. I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Yes? Aye? Okay.
Yes.
All right, 370 Elm Street, you are all set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Terry.
Well, it's been a blast.
Do you want?
I signed that by accident.
Just sign
Okay,
below.
so I'll sign below.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. And I'm going to put a new date on there as well. 12.
Good to see
Yeah.
you.
Okay. So we sign the top one. Don't worry, I'll keep them in order.
Thank you.
510 West Washington?
Yes.
Okay, next plan we have is 510 West Washington Street for Collins Engineering. Are you property owners or?
Property owner.
Okay. Is anyone here from Collins? No?
No.
Okay. Okay. Let me just open the plan up and see what we got here. Okay, so we have a septic repair plan for 510 West Washington Street. It's an existing 3-bedroom house that consists of an existing 1,500-gallon tank, which will remain and be repiped to an additional 1,000-gallon tank.
Yeah,
It looks like 1,000.
Yep. An additional tank is a settling tank, I guess, and then to a distribution box and a pipe and stone system. They were looking for one variance request, and they're looking to go from 4 feet from groundwater separation to 3.4 feet. So they're looking for a variance of 8 inches. They can go down to 3 by variance. What do we have for comments on this?
Yeah, there is one comment. I wondered if that was addressed. It looks like it's a correction of calculations.
I believe it was. It's just I think it was over in the design criteria.
Right.
Yes, it was, yeah, design data typo corrected, 10/29/24. The review was done on 10/28, so yes, that was corrected, Eileen.
All right. Thank you. Do you have questions about it, or
No,
are you ready?
it's pretty straightforward, and I believe the reason they're keeping the 2 tanks is just for added filtration, and typically, from what I've seen from Collins Engineering, they typically do a 2-compartment tank for that reason, so it looks like they're gonna keep the existing 1,500 gallon and then add that second tank to accomplish the same thing rather than disturbing where the existing tank is.
Right. Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the system for 510 West Washington Street
Okay.
with variances as printed on the record.
Yep,
I'm-
okay,
yeah.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. All right, you're all set.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Hi.
I don't want to interrupt. I was here for 370 Elm.
Oh,
what
sure.
you guys already approved, so.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if there's any way I could get a copy for the lender? Or...
I can give you a photocopy
Yeah,
of the
okay.
approved. I can't
Yeah.
give you, it's just the front page.
Yeah.
Because I don't have an extra plan to give you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
They just wanted something from today so that we should be able to close on Friday, hopefully.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I don't think our meeting's gonna be too long.
What's your email address?
Lauren Wilkins, LaurенWilkins.
Okay,
Yes, it sounds like an ENS.
Wilkins
Yep, KW for Keller Williams.
at. All right, so I'll do it after the meeting and I'll email it to you.
That's
Okay?
All right.
That's 370 Elm. Okay, all right.
All right,
Thanks,
luck.
Lauren.
Thank you.
Yep.
Nice to see you again.
You too.
I put it on the wrong side, but that's okay.
That's all right.
All right, so the next plan we have 324 Holmes Street.
Was that Abby?
Yes, 324, well, it's on the agenda, but we didn't get we got the plans in this morning. 324 Homes and 279 Spring, the plans
Okay.
came in this morning.
So I haven't seen those. I've seen the other 2.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to tell me what they say, Kevin.
Okay. So what we have here is we have a septic repair plan for 324 Holmes Street, designed by Webby Engineering Associates. So the initial plan was prepared on 10/22/24. The review was done on
There's been a few.
10/28, and comments were done on 10/29, and then reviewed again as of November 6, 24. There are no further comments. So all the review comments have been addressed, Eileen.
Okay.
So what we have is we have a 1,500 gallon tank, followed by a 1,000 gallon pump chamber, which then goes to a leaching field that consists of, looks like about 8, there's 8 concrete chambers in a trench configuration with, looks like about 4 to 5 feet of stone around them. So it's a trench with concrete chambers and stone. What they're looking for is, they're looking for a variance to allow the use of a sieve analysis instead of a perk.
Okay.
So that's the only relief that they're looking for. Looks like all the setbacks, everything are being met. There's nothing that got missed. There's no further comments from the review engineer.
Okay. I don't have any questions. I don't know if you're ready to vote.
Yeah, I don't see any issues with it.
Okay. I make a motion that we accept the plans for 324 Holmes Street.
Okay, and I'll second that motion, and all in favor to approve?
Aye.
Aye, okay. 324 Home Street is all set. Still the 12th.
All day.
I'll mix them up, Gil.
I know I will.
Thank you.
So, looks like the last septic plan that we have is 279 Spring Street. Alright, so septic plan for 279 Spring Street, which is Damien's Pub. It was drawn on July 17th, 2024. Revised again on September 13th, 2024. And revised again on October 29th, 2024.
Were the revisions based on what our reviewer recommended?
Yes, that's what it appears. It just looks like there was a couple back and forth revisions. So the review was done on 10/25, and then again on, so as of 11/6, no further comments from Mr. Donovan.
Okay.
So he has no further comments on revisions on this plan. So what this is it looks like they're going to keep the existing 1,000 gallon grease trap, the existing 5,000 gallon septic tank, and the existing 6,000 gallon pump chamber. So what they're doing is essentially just replacing the leaching field. They're gonna retain all the tanks that are there. They're gonna replace the distribution box and then replace the field.
Okay. And so what are they asking for variances?
So what they're looking for is two requests. It looks like they're looking to allow the invert of the existing tanks, which are already installed, to be less than 12 inches from modeling, which is allowed. They just need to be hydraulic cemented, sealed with boots at time of inspection. So I would assume that those have already been done when those tanks are put in, but that's something they can verify in the field when they do the install. So they're looking to allow that to be less than 12 inches from high water, and then also a sieve analysis.
Okay.
That's
Probably
it.
for the same reason.
Yep, it looks like the field is sized appropriately.
Okay. I don't have any other questions. I don't know if you have any comments.
No, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It looks like they just want to remove and replace the leaching field in the same exact spot as where it is now.
Okay. I will make a motion that we approve the application for 279 Spring Street.
Okay. I do believe they filed with conservation on this. Did they?
I thought they did, but then when I asked Lon, she didn't
Maybe
think
not.
they had.
Okay. All right. Well, if they need to file with conservation, that's something they can address with them. But this will just handle the Board of Health aspect of it. So. All right. So you made a motion to approve, Eileen?
I did. Yes,
Okay.
I did.
All right, and I'll second that motion. All in favor to approve as submitted?
I
Okay, aye. All right, so 279 Spring Street is all set. I'll sign that, and then that's it for septic plans?
Yep.
Okay. There's that.
Thank you. Do you want to look at these private hauler regs? Well, I'll let you talk. I don't want to jump in.
Okay, so the next item on the agenda is Star Waste Systems and operating without proper permitting. So, Arlene, are you up to speed on this at all?
I think, did we start talking about this at the last meeting?
I don't remember.
I wasn't at the last meeting, so
No.
I'm not.
Oh, for some reason I thought we had talked about it, or we had had a discussion about it, because there was a question as to whether or not they were operating in the town.
Yeah.
They're doing curbside,
Yes,
right?
yes. So they're doing curbside, and Gil contacted them. I've sent them emails, and they didn't respond, so I started sending them the fines that are in the hauler regs. And I sent him an email telling him he was on the agenda tonight. He couldn't make it. And then when I come back from lunch at, I don't know, 2:30, 2:45, he had submitted some of the paperwork, but not all of the paperwork. So he did the application, he paid the fee. The one thing he hasn't done is submitted proof that they're offering the bundled service.
Yeah.
And I sent him that, and he's emailed me like 20 times since 3 o'clock. I had told him the permit can't be issued until he submits that and until all the outstanding violations have been paid.
And is he incurring fees each day that he's not in compliance?
No, so the private hauler regs, it's a first offense, a second offense, a third offense, and then they're supposed to come before the board. And then the board decides to continue the fines, and if so, what the fine should be.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's up to you guys what you want to fine them. The last fine was $500.
The last fine was what?
$500, and they have close to 200 customers in Hanson.
I guess my question would be,
And they haven't submitted weight slips either, which is also a requirement.
is this one time, all this time that they've been doing this, considered one offense? Or more?
Well,
Is it daily?
I mean, they're working in town every day, I'm assuming. I don't know what their pickup days are. And if they have close to 200 customers, they've been working in town for a long time and we just didn't know it. Or couldn't
Okay.
prove it.
So Kevin,
Yep.
what do you think in terms of fines? Are we fining them just as this one offense? Or is every day that they're in town an offense?
I'd have to look at how that's written out to see, but
Okay,
It doesn't really say.
not clear.
It says it's up to the board. After the 3 fines are issued, then it's up to the board.
But the fine for each offense is what? What's this fine for the first offense?
First offense is $100, second offense is $200, and third offense is $500.
So that could
So if
be
they're not in
potentially-
compliance on day 1, and then, I give them a couple days, and then I fine them again the second violation, and then they're still not in compliance, I fine them again the $500, and he's still not in compliance, but I would need a dollar amount in order to assess another violation.
So have you already assessed him 3?
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
And so the last one was the 500, but is it just
Well,
a
he's
flat fee?
He's still not in compliance, so,
No, I understand that part. My question is that just a flat fee for the occurrence, or is it a daily fee at some point?
so it doesn't.
that's for you guys to determine.
Yeah, it doesn't talk about it. It calls it a violation. $100 for the first violation, $200 for the second violation, $500 for the third violation, and then any subsequent violation shall be determined by the Board of Health at a show cause hearing, at which time additional fines may be imposed, or the license to operate may be suspended or revoked. So it looks like we have the jurisdictional power to decide what we want to do on further fines.
Yep.
I mean, there's a couple different ways you could look at that. It says each violation, so I mean, technically, as far as I'm concerned, every violation would be every pickup. I mean, realistically.
That's what I'm like. That could grow into a lot of money if he's been. Even since when we first told him, it's probably been at more than 30 days.
Oh, well over 30 days. Yeah, well over
So,
30 days, yes.
If we're looking at 2 months or 3 months, or even if we're looking at the date of the most recent notification of violations, where does that, put them, and he's still not in compliance. So could we decide that we want to do 500 a day, 500 a week?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So as of right now, we've issued a fine of $100, a second fine of $200, and a third fine of $500. Correct. And what are we still waiting for them to be in compliance? What actions do they need to take?
Yeah, the weight slips. And he has to show that he's bundling service and he's offering for one price municipal solid waste and recycling. You can't charge one for trash and another fee for recycling. That goes against the private hauler regs, and he hasn't done that.
So, other than that,
everything else he submitted an hour and a half ago.
Okay. So, Arlene, how do you feel about maybe giving them the rest of the week and on Monday? If they don't have this straightened out by Monday, that we can go with a weekly fine?
Yeah. Would the weekly fine be 500?
I mean, I think 500 is enough for someone to take action, I feel,
I would hope.
I
would hope, because we're being nice, we could do a daily fine.
Right. And again, that I think all these need to be paid in full.
Right. The permit cannot be issued until they're paid in full. Yeah.
He paid
and I told
the
him that.
Today, right?
Pardon me?
He already paid the previous
No,
fine?
he hasn't paid any of them.
He hasn't paid any fines.
Oh, yeah, a week is being gracious. Okay. I do think that we should allow him, I don't know if we can say to the end of the week, because you're not in the office on Friday, right?
No, but I could send it out on the 18th.
If he comes in on before then or by Friday, he would have to have everything in Friday before 12. And then you could process everything on Monday.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And I think that after that, we should be fining him 500 a week. Every Monday that he doesn't have everything in, another $500. I will make a motion that in this case, if the paperwork is not completely in, all fines paid by this Friday at noon, that starting on Monday, the company is fined $500 a week until they're in compliance and everything is up to date with paperwork and fines are paid.
With a weekly fine on Monday.
On Monday.
Okay, for every week until in compliance. Yes. Okay, I'll second that motion. Okay, all in favor of that motion?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Because we don't have any way of knowing how long they've been doing business in town.
Well, to have 200 customers, close to 200 customers, it's a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so item number 4, 91 Snow Street, missing incomplete documentation. I'm assuming this is what you wanted added to the agenda, Arlene?
Yes, and Teresa has the folder.
Okay. So what are we looking
The
at?
missing
sorry.
part is there's not an up-to-date plan in there. And a plan was approved in December. It looks like, or last time I looked at it, it looked like it had gone to the reviewer. But there's no plan.
Okay, so this
used to be map 1, lot 1282. It was assigned a number when it was sold.
Is this the lot that you and your family owned, Arlene?
We did own it, yes. We sold it.
Okay. So why is this why is this all coming back about? I'm just a little confused. Like what are we?
Well, because in May when I was looking at it, I realized that it was missing documentation. But then since then, either you've been out or Peter's been out. We've not had a full board. And I thought we were going to have a full board today, but Peter's out. And I'm trying to figure out how this was approved with no plan, where we had talked about this particular lot in 2022 and made it clear that the plan, if the plan had expired, was more than 5 years old, you couldn't use the old plan. So I'm not sure what happened to the plan.
So this needed a new plan. Why?
Because the plan was more than 5 years old.
3 years old.
Oh, 3.
Okay,
You
so
know
is
what?
that
Right, 3? And the plan was from 2005.
okay? Is that why? Okay, I have these minutes in front of me, and is that why I'm looking at this? And it says that Ms. Panetti made a motion that any plan that expired after 3 years must submit a new application, and Ms. Diaz via the rule of necessity. So you voted on something that you owned?
But I technically didn't own it. The trust owned it, and I wasn't a trustee. It belonged in my family's estate, but I didn't own the property.
Right.
So-
So you had a beneficial interest in this property, and you voted on the septic permit, and now you want to circle back onto that and talk about it?
No, I did not vote on the septic permit. We voted that on that property, the plan, if it was more than 3 years old, couldn't be used. That was our vote. It wasn't on the property. We actually were just reiterating.
Well, that's
that
what, I'm looking at the minutes right here, Arlene. It says map 1, lot 1282 Snow Street. That's what we're talking about, right? And it says that they must submit a new application and a fee, and Ms. Diaz via the rule of necessity voted yes. Mr. Perkins
Yes, which I
abstained.
can.
Okay. I'm just confused. One, why you even want to bring this up, and two, why you voted out of necessity to approve something and put a stipulation in on a septic permit for this, that they need to submit a new application and fee on something you had a beneficial interest in, and then now we want to bring it back up. I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, what is the end game here with this discussion, Alan?
That wasn't the only property at the time. We brought that up because of that, but I wanted to be clear what the rule was in terms of how old the plan could be, and you couldn't use it, because I think we had talked about that before and nothing happened. The plan never came up.
I'm just looking specifically at the minutes here, Arlene, and that's just about Snow Street.
Beneficial interest in it, or
Okay.
I don't now.
You don't now, but at the time you voted on this, you did, and now that you don't because your family has sold it, you want to bring it back up. Why? I'm like, Arlene, I'm here trying to be productive, and this just seems counterproductive to me, to be like kicking over old rocks. Like where are you trying to go with this? What? Just be upfront. Like, what is the concern, or where are you trying to go with this?
Is this the only folder that has missing information? This is one I happen to look at. There are others out there where the information that was supposed to be in there, or the rules weren't followed in the way that they were supposed to. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Arlene, I'm sure if we went through every file in the Board of Health office, there's a T that isn't crossed or an I that isn't dotted. I mean, we do the best we can with what we do here.
No,
but
I'm not saying that is the case with every single one, but with this particular one, given all the issues that we had as a board, getting reported to the state every other week, it's odd that this one folder does not have the documentation. It does not have a plan, and I don't know why.
Okay. Arlene, this seems more like a personal agenda and a personal issue, and not something that really you have concern with the town of Hanson. So I think that's all I'm going to entertain for discussion on this. If you have something specific you want to address with either your family members or with the new property owner, or you want to look at this file, by all means, you can. But I just don't see this conversation going anywhere, at least not with me. I'm here to be productive, not counterproductive. So I really don't know what else you want to say about it, but that's really all I'm going to entertain right now. So,
All right.
So old unfinished business, we have transfer station. Are there any updates on transfer station? Anything that needs to take action up there?
No, things seem to be going really smooth. I mean, they're responding and everything. Still, the containers, they're calling them in, they're doing pretty good. No complaints about it at all yet, so things seem to be pretty good. Time off and everything, things are covered. We've got a couple of companies coming in looking the transfer station over to review our pricing and stuff. I mean, Allstate Waste's been in, and Allstate Waste, he was the guy that was in last week, so kind of look things over again over there. So,
Any other companies?
Allstate, and there was Allied Waste. I'm not positive on the second one I sent up there to look over. So we're working on that. Some pricing, see what we can save on, what we can save on, and what we're paying too much for. So that's all being reviewed. And also Harvey, they're looking at it again too. So
How has the feedback been from Chris and the other guys up at the transfer station now that, the hours have been restored?
They're happy restored. They lost a lot of money in a 3-month period.
Yeah, of course, but we
we
can't do anything about that. But hopefully the morale is back up over there. And how are they doing about making sure that all of the containers are full when they're leaving and trying to prioritize filling one?
Yes, they are
just
doing
having,
that.
Two of them partially filled.
When they see, when still happens when there's 2 or 3, 4 cars in line, they'll open up that one lane.
Yeah, no, that's understandable when there's a lot of traffic, but we're trying to tighten it up just to try to prioritize filling one.
Yeah, so I'm up there like once a week.
Yep.
We go with Chris and I do a complete walk around. Looking to improve a couple of things. The vegetation grows so much up there because the kiosks, I'm almost covered over again with vegetation. So, but it's still getting plenty of sunlight. So.
And that stuff on the kiosk, I'm trying to remember, that was all addressed, right?
The printer failed. Yeah, the printer failed. We got a whole floor brick. They sent a printer up overnight, and Chris installed it. It took like only 10 minutes to install the new printer, so that was all squared away in a short amount of time. So that was less than 24 hours.
Yep. Okay. The other thing I was going to ask something else. And the light bulbs. That was a while back, but
that was squared away. We had just another company, but as Peter said, it's in the contract.
Yep.
So Chris from E.L. Harvey, I spoke to him.
Yep.
We're supposed to get there like 2 weeks ago, but I got busy. He got busy, so we still didn't totally address that face to face.
Are they going to give us the money back that we paid?
Well, I talked to him
for the lights.
I want to see him face to face to do this. So.
Yeah,
I think it works the best face to face.
Yeah, but something we've been charged for. I would definitely say.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like $800.
Credit on our next invoice would be great.
Yeah.
So. Okay. How have the weight slips looked on the hauling?
They didn't send me any weight slips this month. I had to send them an email and say I can't pay the bill unless I have weight slips.
Right.
I don't know what they got a new billing system too. This is the first month.
Yep.
So I don't know what the deal is over there. It's weird. There's a complete lack of consistency. And I don't know why, which is kind of weird because it was running smoothly, and first they were mailing them to me, and then they were emailing them to me, and then they just totally stopped sending them. And I'm like, I can't match anything up.
Right. So they're gonna email them over?
They did email them to me, and I'm gonna see if they do it again for this month. But they're really quick to send a thing if the invoice isn't paid immediately.
Okay. What did we ever do with anything with handrails on the waste oil container or getting that cleaned out? From the price, stuff that we kind of went over
the price,
when we did the site visit.
The price to clean that out is astronomical, and it's not, you don't have the money to do it yet. It would take, we could probably do it out of DP funds, but there's not enough money to spend at that, cleaning it out. And they consider it a different type of waste, the sludge and stuff. So, I mean, it's getting up there because it's been so many years, but it's not, crucial at this present time. So, and there's no other company to reach out to, process. But to clean out is a lot of money. I forget what it did. I don't think I got something. I didn't get an email Chris gave me. So,
on the estimate to do that?
$7,000.
$7,000.
$7,000 for railings?
No,
No,
this is the waste.
to clean out
That's
the
the floods and stuff.
container area.
Yeah, so,
Holy moly, we don't have that kind of money.
no,
Wow.
so,
That would wipe out almost all of our
yeah, I know.
grant money.
You know, I might have somebody else come down and take a look at that, because, I mean, it's still a waste oil product, and it still gets through the same system, you know, so I think that might be a better idea, too. I mean, yeah, it's got it in there, but it's still, I think they still pump like 200-something gallons out of it, so,
Right.
it's, like I say, we walk around once a week, we walk around the whole place, go over it.
Yeah, there's an alternative that we can look at to maybe see about getting that area cleaned up. That'd probably be pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just been neglected over the years. Not
It's done-
neglected.
it's
just-
done pretty- it's
you
done
know,
pretty
been
good
that people
there, and,
Spill stuff and
yeah,
whatever.
so-
I mean, it's doing its job. It's being contained. It just
Yeah.
be nice to get a fresh start and get that cleaned up.
Yeah.
And then what about the railings? Getting the railings up the steps?
The guy that came out and I talked to Charlie Baker, and he had somebody that knows actually come out to look at it to see what we can do with it.
Yeah, that
So
any precast company that does steps.
you recall that guy got a hold. I think you called him and he never called us here. So
I sent them an email.
I mean,
Yeah,
the bolts are there.
I can follow up with
The
another
bolts,
email and just.
Yeah.
But I just think it's a safety issue. It should be addressed. Arlene, did you have anything on the transfer station?
No. We have the hazardous waste information. We've had it up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Advertising it. That's the
Mhm.
only thing that I can think of. No, I have no questions.
Okay. Arlene, as far as these invoices and stuff, how do you?
I can stop in tomorrow and sign them.
They have to be submitted by 10 a.m.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I can just have Kevin sign them and photocopy them, and you can look at them next time you come
When the
in.
meeting's over, I can run up.
Tonight?
Tonight. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. When the meeting's done, I'll run up real quick, Kev. I can do that.
Okay.
All right.
We can get those out, so it's not another month before they get paid.
Okay. Well, I'll go through these and I'll leave them with you, Teresa.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We'll go to the agent's report. Gil, you want to give us kind of a little update? What's going on?
Yeah. So Cushing Trails is almost done. They're pretty much sold out. You got a few more things to hook up the other system, and we're pretty good at that. Mark Ritter is going to start pretty soon as far as for his hookups. He's going to start doing the dig out as soon as he gets permitted for the Presby system way out back.
He has to take a test.
Yeah, he's supposed to get home. And working on Shaw's. Shaw's is going to do a major renovation to the interior of that building. And talked to the engineer. He's doing a study. We walked the site. He's doing a study as far as the septic system for potential tenants for the old what was the card store? Hallmark store?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So working on that, he's got calculations. He verified everything with DEP as far as the calculators he should use for different tenants. So he sent the report in. It looks like they probably have 2 definite potential tenants to go in there. But that's the old Hallmark stores. Hopefully it'll be another, some sort of tax income for the town. So I'm being in space because the space has been empty for years. So I think it's been like 4 years. Someone said that.
Oh,
Maybe longer than that.
I think longer than that.
So they're going to do in the supermarket. We've had temperature problems with the supermarket. I kind of track that like once a week because the store temperature and the cooling system temperatures vary so much. So it looks like somehow they're going to replace all the coolers in the store to more efficient coolers, and the roof units they're going to replace all that and separate distribution, which they won't have the problem we had before when the one system failed. It'll all be separated, so I had the plan, it's pretty involved what they're gonna do. They're gonna spend a lot of money there, redoing that store and bringing that up to code. You have a few things. Peter, the EPA did their scoring on the fireworks site and submitted it to the governor apparently. They're supposed to come into the town in the next few weeks to explain it because the whole report that the state's seeing is all redacted. You'll see it here. The whole report is redacted. I got
Like literally, you can't read one thing on the report.
this is the legal report.
So it's a lot of scrap paper?
Yeah, I'm like, why did they waste
Really?
money to do that?
It's all redacted.
The whole thing is redacted.
Really?
Let me see. Look, like, hold on.
Is there someone we can ask the question why?
Literally, there's not one letter, number, word on the whole report.
It's confidential information because it's
Kevin,
litigation.
The stuff that they were making up there, they do not want people to know because I worked there.
It's all in litigation, that's why. It's in litigation with the government, Department of Defense and all these other people, so. That was for you to take a look at.
Okay.
So what else we got here? So things that it's not on my report there yet. So Thursday we had a hash brown fire at the Dunkers on Main Street in Hanson.
What? Did you say a hash brown fire?
Yeah.
Extra crispy.
So,
Sounds like they had a bonfire.
Yes, it was a bonfire.
okay, go ahead.
So the hash browns all burnt.
Yeah,
It filled the store with smoke and soot.
yeah.
A lot of soot from a
Really?
convection oven. Yeah.
Was that bad? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
So,
Wow.
so we immediately shut them down. All open food destroyed, and it was put into immediate sanitizing and cleaning, on top of other things that I found when I was there. So.
Were they back open that day? or next day?
Well, later that day they're back open,
Yeah.
and so I performed like 3 inspections, going back and forth. Talked to the owner on the phone, talked to the district manager,
Yep.
and talked to the new division manager. So I think we're pretty much squared away there. Also, this last week, met with Tracy White. Tracy White's applied for a bunch of perk tests. And it's kind of confusing, but he's looking to put 3 more buildings in the existing section there. One behind building number 1, 2 behind building number 1 as you went on the left-hand side. That's building number 1, 2 buildings behind that one. And on the right-hand side by the recycling thing, another building there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's proposing property that he bought in that estate there. And there are 4 buildings out back, crossing into that wetland, into that high section, that area there. So, met with him, Conservation and I met with him last week. And I thought I had that. We're going to take a look at that. But,
I would think he would need to go back to ZBA for that.
yes, he does. Yeah, it was
For
out back,
a lease site plan approval, just because.
out back, way out back.
Just for parking,
Yeah.
you know?
So working with, conservation on 1127 Main Street, there's issues there. Trash and different things. So we've been doing pretty good. We have those Tuesday morning meetings, the
Yep.
fire department and also building, and now we've got conservation involved in it. So trying to get more communication within departments, so we get on the same page. So that's working out quite well. So and we have issues with, still issues in marriage and all now, some issues with Marston's property. So if you want to take a look at that, Kevin, that's kind of the proposed plan for this industrial park there.
So, $12.82.
Between conservation and board of health are really, it's so congested there, and according to the original plan, he can do those buildings from years ago.
Where is this?
That's the other site, that back site. That's behind all the steel piles. Goes into that wetlands area, and there's a big hill out there, kinda.
Mm-hmm.
So he's talking that he'll talk to him about if he develops it, donate the rest of that land to the town, to the water department or something. So, which he's agreed to. So, those are just notes and stuff. But I mean, that's
Is that area in a nitrogen sensitive area or no?
yeah,
It is?
yeah. He's almost touching zone 1. So, and that's why he's Grady's surveying that whole area. So. It's
Someone may want to look at the allowed uses in a aquifer protection district before issuing any more permits over there.
yeah. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's a tough sell. You know, he come right in and talk to us about it. I mean, he's done a lot of engineering, but I think he's got to really look at this a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, just that area in general. I mean, if something's in a nitrogen sensitive area or in an aquifer protection district, which our zoning bylaws acknowledge, there's allowed uses and non-allowed uses in there.
So. But that's the gist of a lot of things that is going on.
Okay. Yeah, well, as it progresses, just keep us up to date on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just it's if the regulations say he can do it. I mean, I think it's a really sensitive area out there, and
Yeah, well, that'll have to be looked into by building department and or the zoning office.
Has he filed with zoning yet?
I think he's okay for these first 3 buildings, which, I mean, I think the density there is too much, but it's my own opinion.
It's not just density, it's the allowed uses.
You know, well, yeah, I mean, it goes with this industrial park here goes way back. You know, it goes back like 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing what he can do there. So,
Yeah.
and that's why these meetings are trying to get this together. You know, between building and assessors. The assessors comes to the meeting. We have building. We get conservation involved. So it's fire safety, and then building departments.
Okay.
Get that going. So.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we only have jurisdiction over Board of Health matters, but,
Yeah.
you know, that's something they'll have to, the other departments will have to kind of step in
That's why we're
just to confirm that, you know, something isn't allowed use, that they have the ability to grant permits, and that's all.
So that's another thing. So I guess that's it. You know, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. Arlene, do you have any questions?
Is that the end of his report? I just have questions about how we're doing with the food inspections.
Let's see, we've got, the Duncan's inspection report. I did that, returned that. The main report before the fire and then after the fire. I've done 2 inspections after the fire, and it's noted in the report I did do for the inspection. I think I've got 4 done. There's 4 there. There's a Duncan Speedway. Hold on a second.
I wanted to hear about the ones that we're behind in. How many of those? What are we doing per week?
Duncan's, Meadowbrook Restaurant, Speedway. There's 4 plus the previous ones of that, so. Trying to get out to do at least 4 or 5 a week, as much as I
Okay.
can, so.
And what have you been averaging?
Like I say, I think like 4, because like I've been, 3 weeks now? You know,
Yep.
trying to be consistent with it, so. Hopefully by, I would say another, maybe 4 or 5 weeks, have them all done.
Are you saying in another 4 or 5 weeks you'll be caught up?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, that's okay. That
So-
was my concern.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had figured it out. I know I missed last meeting, Arlene, but I know the meeting before that when we talked about it, that I think we
Yep.
figured around if we could do like 5 a week would be ideal. That was
Yep.
our goal, I think. Does that sound right?
I think it was 5, yeah. We talked about
Okay. Yeah, I think 5 a week, and that kind of got us back up to speed, I think.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I'll
we're
look
and
when
we're
I- when I'll
prioritizing
look at
with
the reports.
I believe, with the older ones.
I look at it, doing the high-risk places. And the high-risk places are, the quick stuff, we find it more problems that, the places that are established, they're established and they have their standards established, so. And
But the problem with that is we have places that haven't been inspected in a year and a half. You don't
Yes.
know if they're not high risk now.
Yes, so,
So maybe you should put a combination of some of the older ones and then other stuff that you think is high risk. Because as far as I'm concerned, anything over a year old is high risk. Because, if they haven't had anybody do an inspection, why keep up the standards?
Yep.
No one's looking.
Yep.
so, well, actually, I've had some extra hours, so I'm gonna track these extra hours separately. Had an incident Friday, took place Friday night. It was a home type situation. And a Friday night, and then Saturday night, those were just phone calls and stuff. And then yesterday morning, this home was inspection, a meeting with remediation company, just hired by the family to look this place over. And it's a housing issue, which was kind of a serious situation. So maybe I'll write a report on these hours. Of doing
So my initial thought on that, Gil, would be if you want to do a little report with your hours, time in, time out, whatever, do a report description. After you do that, I would try to do it, do it after the incident, whatever it is, the on-call type of thing, and take 5 minutes after you're done and it's resolved. Write that up and email it to me and Teresa.
Yeah.
And then, submit it that next day, so that way we can all keep track of it. Are you good with that, Arlene?
Yeah, I'm wondering, was there a written report submitted this month?
An
Yeah.
agent report? Yeah, I just looked through it, actually.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll look at it when I
But
start
I mean,
looking at it.
I think what he's getting at, not just the agent report, but he's talking about like extra hours comp time kind of stuff. So,
But the thing is, he's salaried, so there is no comp time.
Well,
It's part of his job.
well, no, I will say, Arlene,
No?
that's the way it's always been. But with the new TA downstairs, people are now getting comp time. I know that's never been a thing here, and it's always been, no, if you're salaried, you don't get comp time.
Yeah.
But the other people are getting comp time.
and I believe we had this discussion a couple meetings ago, and I believe that what we did was we actually took a vote, Arlene, for hours that went over the amount to be comp time, to coincide with the other departments. If you want to go back and look
Did
at the
we
minutes.
get something from Lisa saying that they were in fact doing it? Because the last time I talked to her, she said that was not a policy.
Well, it might not be a policy, but everybody's doing it.
Because everybody's doing it doesn't make it right or doesn't make it a policy. I would like to hear what Lisa has to say about comp time, because she, Yeah, I don't, if we took a vote, I'd have to go back and look. I don't remember it. I'm sure I would have had the same way. If it's not, I remember us having a discussion, and I did say it's not part of the policy.
I
And
believe it was
Teresa, you said the same thing, that other people are doing it.
I
Right.
would check either the August or September
She
meeting.
said that's not the case, so I'm not sure how it.
Yeah, it would be, I think, the August or September meeting.
I would like to see something from Lisa clarifying. Is it in fact something that we do, or is it not, that the town does?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to follow up with her and have a conversation with her, that's up to you.
I'm sorry, you're breaking up a little. If I want to.
If you want to have a conversation with Lisa, I mean, that's completely up to you. I would suggest looking back at the minutes, because I believe that it was either I'm going to say the August or September meeting. I would check those out, the ones we just had this year. August or September,
Okay.
I would say. And just look that over and see. But I believe we had discussion on that and took a vote that's the route we were going, that coincided with all the other departments and how they were handling things. But I could be wrong, but I believe from what I recall that's what we were doing.
Okay,
We
I
decided
will
that,
take
but,
a look at the minutes.
I mean, regardless of that, I think that anything that's done outside normal operating hours, that, Gil can log that, he can do a little report on it, where it's a special item, it's, an emergency or, an on-call situation, that he can do a brief report on it, kind of time in, time out, and he can email that over to the office and CC me on it, just for documentation, so we have that. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there, did you have anything else, Arlene?
No.
Okay. Teresa or Gil, either one of you have anything?
No.
No? Okay. I guess I'll entertain a motion to adjourn if you want to make one, Arlene.
Yep. Can we first discuss the date of our next meeting? December, is it 12th?
Hold on. It's already scheduled, but I don't have it in front of me. Hang on one second.
I know, and my computer just died. I just had to plug it back in. I can't.
I believe it's the 10th, December 10th.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next meeting is December the 10th. Yep. I will make a motion that we adjourn.
Is that date, do you have a problem with that we need to change?
Oh, no. I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so you made a motion to adjourn. I'll second that motion. All in favor to adjourn?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned at 4:58.